This video is for the top plate part for the wheel assembly. As I look at the three views, I can see that the front view is the most descriptive or has the best profile. And that's where I want to start, is I want to create that profile. So I'm going to start on the front plane. I click on the front plane and immediately click Sketch, and that will bring the front plane up and into view. I'm going to start with a rectangle, so I'm going to right click, corner rectangle. I'm going to start it on the origin right here, and I'm going to just stretch it out approximately the size of my my profile, but I'm going to dimension it later. Now I'm going to take the line command and I'm going to sketch in a couple of lines. Again, doesn't really matter where because we're going to dimension it later. And draw this in down here. Alright, now I need to delete a couple of lines. So I'm going to use the trim command, and the trim command is located up here on the tool palette. I like to use trim to closest over here. Trim to closest gives me the scissors. I can click. I can also go to power trim, and anywhere I hold down the left click button, it will erase whatever the cursor comes in contact with. So there is my profile, and now I can start putting some dimensions on it. So I can, let's get out of trim. I can either select Smart Dimension from the tool palette, or I can right click and click Smart Dimension. Let's start dimensioning some of this. This is 1.75. The other side is 1.75. The overall, let's go ahead and put the overall in here. So I click line to line, or I could go point to point. The overall is 5.25. This line is 1.5. The other side is 1.5 as well, or we could do the middle one. Either way, I have this one dimensioned on the plan, so let's go ahead and do this one. 2.25. Alright, now we need some vertical heights. I'm going to take this little line right here and let's dimension it to 0.125. We're going to take the other little line right here and dimension it to 0.125. Then we're going to take the whole thing and dimension it to 0.625. There we go, and we've locked everything in place with those dimensions, and we are ready to extrude. To extrude it, we're going to go up to the Features tab on the Command Manager, go to Feature or Extruded Boss Base, and type in 3.25. And click the check mark. Alright, so there is our base feature. Let's put some fillets on the corners of this. So the fillet command is on the Features tab, Fillet, and my fillet radius, I believe, is 0.5. And right here is where I'm going to select the edges. So I'm going to select the edge. I'm going to select the edge, and let's turn on full preview so we can kind of see what it's going to do. I'm going to hold the middle scroller down and rotate this so I can select the other side. And I have my fillets all in there. I'm going to hit the check mark. The reason I put the fillets on is that gives me a center point to tie my circles to. So I'm going to click on a surface. I'm going to turn that surface normal to. I'm going to right click, turn on a sketch, right click, and draw some circles. As I hover over the fillet, notice that the center point comes up. I can then tie my circles to those center points. So I hover and I can click the center point and put these circles in quickly. Now notice I'm not giving them a size. I'm just clicking some circles in. I'm going to smart dimension one of them. So I'm going to take smart dimension. I'm going to dimension one of them to 0.375. Now I want all of the circles to match this dimension. Now I could go around and dimension each one of those, but instead of doing that, let's go ahead and add a relation to them. So I'm going to go up to Display Delete Relations and drop down to Add Relation. I'm going to click on the first circle, and I'm going to just highlight the other circles. Notice it puts them in the box, and I'm going to come down and choose Equal, and that will make them all equal. Once I'm done, click the check mark. Now I'm ready to cut these through. Let's rotate that so we can see it. That's under Features tab, Extruded Cut, and it will select all 4 circles. And let's just go through all and hit the check mark. And our top plate is now finished and ready to be saved.